Next, today marks the first day of a UK-wide visit by a UN special investigator into poverty across this country. It comes several weeks, as you know, after the Prime Minister declared austerity was over, followed by the Chancellor announcing austerity was coming to an end. Is it? The latest figures by the charity, the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, suggest that 14 million people live in poverty here in this country. 4 million of those are children. And the Institute for Fiscal Studies, which is an economic research institute, predicts that numbers will rise to 5.2 million by 2021. The UN's Philip Alston will spend the next 2 weeks speaking to people up and down the country about their experiences of being poor. And he'll summarise how well the government's responding to the needs of the people once his time in the UK is done. The public was invited to send in written submissions about the issues that matter to them. And those letters included everything from universal credit to child poverty to pensions. Plus, in Inverness, Alex Tiffin. Alex, you, like many people, have had problems with universal credit, and at one point you and your son were left with 20 quid for food to last you a whole month. Can you describe to our audience how you coped?
Not very well at first, if I'm completely honest. It was like that for about a year because I took the advance, which the DWP they always give that as the answer to helping out for the waiting period. But then they decided to take back £125 a month off my standard 317. So I had £190 a month for food and bills, and my 2 children who I take every Friday to Sunday. So food banks came into play pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it will make no difference to you, but the government say they're putting much more money into universal credit from next year. They're reducing the time you wait for your first payment. I mean, when someone like this man from the UN comes, is it going to help you in any way? What is the point of it?
Well, that's yet to be seen, because after last year, the UN says they were creating a human catastrophe for the disabled. The government took over a year to respond. So I'm not hopeful, but I have been in correspondence with Philip Alston's office himself, and he's been to many third world countries suffering from extreme poverty and malnutrition. Yet the UK, he announced on his Twitter last week that he got the most submissions he's ever had, which he sees as quite significant. And he's even, before he came on Friday, he tweeted out blasting the UK for being the 6th richest country yet having such extreme poverty. So hopefully it will put pressure on the government, but they're only recommendations. So, and the current government seem to ignore them. So hopefully it can be pressure that's put upon the government, but whether it'll change anything, I really don't know.